Greetings, this is Paul, your Pacific Northwest trail guide. I want to help you pick your next trail to explore, so let's check this one out. Angel's Rest is a clifftop viewpoint in the Columbia River Gorge. The hike up to the top of it is very popular. It's got a lot going for it. It's easy to get to, it's not overly long at under 5 miles, gives you a decent workout with the 1,500-foot climb, and it provides great views of the gorge itself. There's even a nice waterfall along the way. On a downside though, you'll be accompanied by the noise of Interstate 84 for most of the hike. When you reach the top of Angel's Rest, you can expect it to be windy, so a windbreaker can be nice in all seasons. You might enjoy using binoculars to view passing barges on the river or bluffs of Cape Horn, or other things from the expansive views up there. The Angel's Rest Trailhead is just a half-hour drive from Portland, Oregon, on Interstate 84. Take the Bridal Veil exit 28, and you find yourself on Bridal Veil Road. Find a parking area for the trailhead shortly after you exit, right at the junction with the historic Columbia River Highway. There's also additional parking just up the old highway to the west as well. Starting from the main parking area, you head up the historic highway towards the overflow parking for a bit, and then cross the road to get on the trail. You'll begin climbing right away, and it won't be letting up until you reach the top. The first half of the hike takes you through a mostly forested area with occasional views out to the river, past Coopy Falls and up the creek a ways before heading east out of cover. There are some seriously rocky parts on the trail, so stout shoes are recommended. Around a half-mile in, you reach a junction. The path heading straight is a more recent addition that doesn't really show on most trail maps. If you head to the left, you can enjoy a bit more scenic route and see more views of Coopy Falls on your way up. The rocky formation that is known as Angel's Rest used to be known as Fort Rock 100 years ago. I don't know how Angel's Rest or some of the other Abrahamic religion themed namings in the area, like Devil's Rest and Lucifer Falls, were chosen. Maybe it has something to do with the convent of St. Francis, which lies just below Coopy Falls around here. Once you're done there, continue up, crossing Coopy Creek, and the trail follows above the east side of the creek for a while. After you switch back again and head away from the creek, you'll soon emerge onto the exposed slopes where the trees all burned back in 1991. The second half of the way up is mostly exposed as you switch back on a rocky trail up to the Angel's Rest lookout. As you make your way up, the rocky cliffs of Angel's Rest come closer and closer into view as the Columbia River shrinks away below you. As you approach the last switchback, you'll pass through this rocky talus slope. The path is not totally obvious, but pick your way through and easily pick up the trail again on the other side. The trail turns back to the north, and the rocky crags of your destination come into view. You'll soon approach a bit of steep, rocky climb you'll need to scramble up to emerge up on the top. There's considerable falling danger up here, so take care when exploring. Multiple people have fallen over 100-foot drops off the cliffs from up here. Emerging upon Angel's Rest on a misty, cloudy day feels in line with the angelic theme. You can just imagine a graceful angel soaring out over the clouds. This guy's flying over to Devil's Rest, I think. If it's not insanely windy on the point, you might take advantage of a well-placed bench that can be found around towards the west side. After you're done enjoying the views of the gorge and imagining vampiric angels soaring among the clouds, prepare for your return trip. You'll work your descending muscles, cruising back down the steep trail. Remember to yield to the likely many people working hard coming up the other way, walking, running, or following their many dogs. The terrain on this trail comes with some rocky areas to navigate, and you may encounter mud at times. It's also worth considering you'll need to scramble up some rocks for a bit of literal climbing near the top, bringing this up to 3 rocks for terrain rating. 2 clouds out of 5 for elements, considering the wind and exposure on this hike. Almost 5 miles of length comes in at an average 3 boots. Finally, the climb is decent, on the high end of average, and it is spread out pretty evenly over the whole distance. It rates 3 mountains for climb. That's all for this edition of Pacific Northwest Trail Guide. I hope I have or will soon help you pick your next trail to explore. I scouted this trail on October of 2021, but trails are always evolving. If you pick this trail and encounter any changes people might like to know about, please help out your fellow explorers by sharing in the comments on this video. I've shown some of the beautiful sights of this trail in what feeble capacity video can render. A picture may be worth 1,000 words, but an experience with all of your senses cannot even be conveyed in pictures or video. So don't take my word for it. Get out there and see it for yourself.